Good evening, student. Today we are starting the topic that is called recruitment, and recruitment is from HRM, and it's very important for UGC Net Management and Commerce both streams. So before starting with the recruitment, so I just want to tell you what is all about the this lecture. After this lecture, you will be able to understand what is all about the recruitment and what are the various methods of the recruitment, what are the internal sources of recruitment, and what are the external sources of recruitment. So before starting with the sources, we have to be careful about and we have to be know about what is all about the recruitment. Recruitment is the process of finding and attracting the capable job candidate for employments. The process begins when new recruits are sought and ends when their applicants are submitted. Means recruitment is the process of as to finding the new candidate. Okay, or in other words, what we can say, it is the recruitment is the process for to attracting the new candidates to apply for some certain positions. It's in a simple word, it's a pool of the applications, because whatever the recruitment notice, whatever the recruitment advertisement we are putting on the different sources, the main reason behind that particular advertisement and that sources, it's all about to attract the more and more customer, because if you'll get the more customer, then you'll be able to get the very good quality of the final candidate. So that is the thing. If suppose that for the 5 positions or 10 positions you are having some 1,000 and 2,000 candidate, then easily you can understand, easily you can find out that those candidates, those are actually meant to be for your organization, and they are having the more capacities as compared to the others. So you'll be able to get the best and the very good quality of the manpower for your organization. So what is the purposes of recruitment? And the increase the size of the applicants pool at a minimum cost. Yes, I've already told these things, because we just want to increase the size of the applicants, because as larger the size of the applicants, it will be the very good for your selection process, and you'll get the very good quality of the manpower for your organization. Second, the identify and the prepare the potential job applicants. Yes, we just try to find out and just try to identify the potential job applicants for your company and for your organizations. And third, the increase the success rate of the selection process by reducing the over or underqualified applicants. If you are making some recruitment notice in a very good manner and in a very appropriate manner, then the success rate of the selection process will be very good, and you'll try to and you'll be able to manage the reducing the over and underqualified applicants also. If suppose that the requirement is basically for the some sales executive, and if you're not able to put it the right JD and job description and job specification, so it might you receive some applicants from the very senior positions also. So they might have some certain overqualified over qualifications. So in a same manner, sometimes you are hiring for some top level or the mid level positions, and you haven't mentioned in a very clearly while putting your recruitment notice. So they might, all those persons who applied for your organization, they might underqualified applicants. So this is the thing while putting the recruitment advertisement, we have to be careful about the JD and JS and the selection of the process also. Decrease the early turnover of the new hires. Yes, we just try to maintain the retention rate. Okay, because if there is a high attrition rate in your organizations, it's harmful for your organization. It's reflect on your brand image also. To increase the individuals organization's effectiveness, yes, we just try to improve the increase individuals and the organizational effectiveness for the organization. This is the simplified models of the recruitment process, and this is recruitment planning. Recruitment planning is all about the estimate number of the contact needs, means how many candidates you are requiring for. Then we have to go for the job specifications and JD and JS. I'll tell you the later on. Okay, job description is all about whatever the features which is actually defining the job, means marketing managers, you have to be do these certain bugs, this will be your job responsibilities. Okay, this will be your salary, this will be your working hours. This is all about the job the description. And job specification all about all those persons who are you are requiring us to fulfill or to complete those requirement, whatever requirement you have, means looking for some eligible candidate. This is all about the JS. Okay, so this is all about the recruitment planning. Then next recruitment strategy development. Recruitment strategy development is all about the choosing the required applicants qualifications. Yes. Next, choosing the recruitment sources. We have to be choose very carefully the sources of recruitment and the communication channel. What communication channels you are following to make out your recruitment advertisements. Choosing the inducements. What are the inducements you are having, and choosing the messages. Message should be very clear. Realism versus flypaper. And then recruitment, what is the recruitment philosophy, whether you are following the internal links or you are looking for some external jobs. Job versus career oriented, there are very few, they might, some person they are having some job orientation, and if you have some career orientation, short term versus long term orientation, you have to be go for them. And next, for recruitment activities, then we have to be go for the job posting, then advertisement, then other recruitment sources, then follow up the actions, and finally record keeping. This is, we have to be screen those applicants, then selecting the employees. This is all about the selection process. Then we have to be go for the recruitment evaluations. How we will do the recruitment evaluations. Number of job filled. If suppose that you have required the 100 people and you have taken the interview across the 50,000 and 60,000, even though you are not able to fulfill those your 100 positions, which what actually you had required. So means you have some certain mistakes while putting your advertisement. Next, job filled in a timely fashion. Yes, there should be some recruitment process should be complete within a certain time periods. Cost per job filled means whatever the money, whatever the budget you have spent on the recruitment process, advertisements, and all the plannings. Then how many job vacancies, yeah, how many posts you have filled. So we will try to put it out the key cost per job filled. Now this is called recruiting the yield pyramid. So means suppose it's a very simple to understand. Ki suppose that lead generation was a 1200, then candidate invited 200, then candidate interviewed 150, offers made 100, and new hire, that is called 50. Now how to recruit, and then what we call internal sources and external sources. I'm just putting this slide in the further on. Now I'm just looking for the advantages of internal recruiting. इंटरनल रिक्रूटिंग के एडवांटेजेस क्या होते हैं. इंटरनल रिक्रूटिंग के एडवांटेज, इंटरनल रिक्रूटमेंट इज ऑल अबाउट वट एवर एडवर्टाइजमेंट वी आर डूइंग फ्रॉम योर इंटरनल सोर्सेज, मीन्स विद इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस. लोअर कॉस्ट, यस, मोटिवेटर फॉर द गुड परफॉर्मेंस, हायर एट एंट्री लेवल ओनली, and familiarities with the organizations, because all those persons who are working in the organizations, and if we are taking some employer referrals, so they already have some certain idea about your organizations. Improve the morale and the securities, yes, can identify the long-term interest also. What are the disadvantages of internal recruiting? Inability to find the appropriate people, yes, sometimes we are not able to find the appropriate people for your job. Morale problems, political infighting, yes, because if suppose that you have hired some certain persons for the higher positions from your internal employees, so there will be some certain political fighting, there will be some certain political issues among all the members, all the employees who is working for your organizations, because they used to work those employees at the same level, and if suddenly if you are promoting those employees, few employees, so it will be there will be some political infighting. Need for the strong training and development program, we have to be put it down more focus on the T&Ds. Now what are the advantages of the external recruiting? Introduce the new ideas and knowledges, because few persons and many persons will be coming from the different organizations, they'll come with the new ideas and the knowledge. Reduce the need for the training, they must be the trained, because while putting your JD and GS, we can ask for those training requirement, those skills. So there will be less forces on the trainings. A larger skill pool available, yes. Disadvantages, problem of it, sometimes if we are hiring some person from the external, they will not be able to fit with your organizations. Morale problems for the internals, yes, हो गई. Adjustment period, yes, all those persons who are coming from the different organizations, they'll take some time to adjust with their organizations. Relocations cost, you have to be paid. Suppose that you are hiring for the Delhi and or person sitting at Hyderabad or Pune and Mumbai, so you have to give some relocation cost also. Decrease the incentives values of the promotion, yes. Now this is all about the factors influencing the recruitment, external factors and the internal factors. In external factors, supply and demand, yes, there is a huge gap between, if there is a gap between the supply and demand, then accordingly you have to pay the salary also. If whatever the skills that you are requiring for your organizations, if the supply is very less in the in the market and you are requiring the more demand, then you have to pay some additional perks, additional salaries, additional incentive to those candidates, those whomsoever you are looking for. So if there is there is a there is a higher supply side and there is a low demand in the market, then you can negotiate with the salaries. Unemployment rate plays a very key roles. Labor market, political social factors, and the sense of soils and images also impact the recruitment. And while talking about the internal sources, recruitment process, human resources planning, size of the firm also impact the recruitment process. What are the cost and the growth and expansion of the organization also impact your recruitment process. This is all about the recruitment process. We are starting with the personal planning, then job vacancies, personal, then we are because there are three actually parallel things: personal planning, job analysis, further dividing the two part, employer acquisition, the recruitment planning. So personal planning ke, after that personal planning will go with the job vacancies, then recruitment planning. Recruitment planning further will go with the strategy development, where we have to be recruitment, how we will recruit, and when will we recruit. And after that we'll go over the applicant the population. We'll just try to target the try to target the major populations. And after that, searching the activation selling, we'll put it on the advertisement through some media, and we have to be communicate, we have to be compose some messages. After that, applicants pool, then we have to be go for the screening, then potential hires, final selection, and then there will be again recruitment evaluations also. This is recruitment yield pyramid, which is I've already said in my last slide. Now this is very important. If you'll get any questions from the recruitment, so then this is the last slide, and this is the very important the important things in our recruitment process. So what are the sources of recruitment? Is the internal sources and the external sources. Internal sources is all about if you're recruiting through some your present organizations, that is called internal sources. Present employees, if you are promoting your present employees in the higher positions, employer referrals. Former employees is all about all those persons who have retired from your organization, disabled or deceased employees also, previous applicant. This is all internal resources. Now next is एक्सटर्नल सोर्सेज. एक्सटर्नल सोर्सेज में आपको बहुत सरल है, वो आपको पहले बताते हैं. आफ्टर दैट विल पिक इट सम कॉम्प्लेक्स वन एंड सम न्यू वन. Advertisement, we know very well. Advertisement in a newspaper, advertisement on the websites, advertisements in the televisions, advertisement on the radio. Okay. Employee exchange programs. So if you are exchanging the employees from one company to the other companies, one branch to the other branches. And the campus recruitment, yes, we know. While we used to study in our colleges, so there was lots of companies was coming in our campuses. They were recruiting through some campus recruitment. So even though as of now also most of the multinational corporations, whenever they are looking for the mass recruitment, they always prefers the campus recruitment, because where you are getting the freshers, you are getting the good qualities and energetic manpower for your organization. Then consultant, yes, all those consultancy, all those consultants are working for your organizations to provide some contracts. Contractors, yes, we are having some labor contractors also. Advertisement at a factory gates, yes, while you can just put it on your advertisement, we are requiring some sales girl or salesman. Advertisement at a factory gate is basically for the lower level jobs. Acquisitions and mergers, yes, suppose that you are acquiring any company, then you'll get it some recruitment, you'll get it some certain employees. Mergers also. Competitors, e-recruiting is all about the Naukri portals, just like Naukri.com, Monsters, and some Facebook or LinkedIn, some other social sites, and some emails, and it can be the number of the e-recruitment methods. Now we are picking the firstly we are taking the hard hunting and the poaching. Hard hunting is a very poaching is a very new concept. Hard hunting is all about whenever we are hiring the top level executive, that is called hard hunting. So hard hunting is basically for the upper middle and the top level. Especially the hard hunting is basically for the top level executive, whenever the you just looking for the hiring some persons for your top level executives, then whatever the recruitment strategy we are following, that strategy is called headhunting. Okay. And while talking about the poaching is all about hire the employees from your competitors while giving some additional money. Got it? We suppose that PepsiCo and Coca-Cola both are the competitors in each other, and suppose that you are just looking for you are working with a PepsiCo and just looking for some sales manager Delhi. Then what you can do, you can hire the sales manager Delhi, which is who is actually working in a Coca-Cola. So while giving some additional perks, additional salary, additional incentives, so this is called poaching. Means poaching is all about hiring the person from your competitors while giving some additional benefit. The poaching is basically for the middle level jobs. Okay. So headhunting is for the top and poaching is for the middle level. But that's like the differences between the headhunting, the poaching, and headhunting. It might belong from the different industries also. But while talking about the poaching, the person should be from the same industry. The person who is going to you hire, it should be work with your competitors. Okay. नेक्स्ट हो गया कैजुअल कॉलर. कैजुअल कॉलर्स इज ऑल अबाउट कि ड्यू टू द अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट रेट, ड्यू टू द हाई अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट रेट इन द कंट्री, देन व्हाट वी डू कि जो लोग बहुत ज़्यादा हाई अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट रेट की टाइम में होता है, तो व्हेन द लोग, इट इज़ ऑल्सो बेसिकली फॉर द लेबर क्लास. तो हम लोग जैसे कहीं पर घूम रहे हैं एंड वी कैन पुट इट डाउन अवर CV. ओके. जैसे हम लोग कोई एडवर्टीजमेंट देखा या हमने देखा कि कहीं पर कुछ भी है, नौकरी की कोई वैकेंसीज है, तो आई कैन पुट इट डाउन माई CV. तो कैजुअल कॉलर्स इज बेसिकली फॉर द in the stage or in the conditions of the high unemployment rate. If suppose that you are roaming around any colony or roaming around any shopping malls, roaming around any industrial areas, and you are looking for the jobs, you can put it down your CV. And if somebody has hired you, this is called casual callers. And the unsolicited applications is all about कि suppose that कि sometimes what we do कि without knowing कि whether they are having some vacancies or not, what we do कि we are putting our CVs to those companies while applying through the career pages, or what we do especially in the academics कि प्रिंट आउट लिया CV का एंड जस्ट लिस्ट डाउन सम कॉलेजेस और उसको एनवेलप में पैक करके एंड रजिस्ट्री कर दिया. तो अनसोलिसिटेड एप्लीकेशन इज ऑल अबाउट कि यू डोंट नो, यू जस्ट फाइंड आउट सम ड्रीम कंपनीज एंड ड्रीम ऑर्गेनाइजेशन फॉर योर, and you just list down those organizations and you started sending your CVs to those organizations, whether they are having some vacancies or not, it won't matter. Okay, so this is all about the basics of the recruitment and the internal sources and the external sources. So thank you so much. If anybody is having any doubt, they may ask in a comment section. Please do like and subscribe my channel if you are liking my video. Thank you so much.